Round number 1 of the 2019 RFGP Championship in MX Simulator. We are live here at Neuquen in Argentina for the MX1 class as they're about to line up and drop the gate here. Race number 1 of their championship. And if I can very quickly take a look at qualifying times. Probably won't let me do this. Wanted to show you guys real quickly what we're looking at qualifying wise. LeClair, Seabold, Holm, Davis, Mitchell was your top 5 qualifiers, and we're about to see them on the gate for 30+2, folks. This is going to be a good one to watch. I'm excited to see who's going to come out on the top of the field in this one. Look down the inside, take a look at Fernando Andrade, the Brazilian rider. Lots of guys lined up down the inside. It is the RFGP from Argentina as we are underway. Down the inside, LeClair on the 1. Looks like he's going to get to the corner first, but does he beat everybody out? No, instead it's Jack Haley, newly crowned 2019 SX champion with the hole shot. Devin Davis right there on the 32 in second, and the 16 of Blakely in third. Dualies, lap 1 dualies, loving it. Haley and Davis throwing it side by side, and Davis trying to go to the lead on Haley, blocks him out, and the 32 machine goes to the front. Wasting no time. Devin Davis out front leading here in Argentina. Jack Haley giving chase. Blakely right there in third, and the rest of the field trying to come through. So looks like LeClair may have actually gone down in that first corner despite getting to the corner first. And we're getting reports from Jay Turner in chat that Seabold did not leave the gate, so no Jeremy Seabold on the racetrack right now. Oh, and Haley trying to give it right back to Devin. LeClair listed P13 as they run through the timing gates on lap number 1. Devin Davis trying to cruise away and actually get a little bit of a gap established right now on Jack Haley. Haley going around the outside, going to square off and land hard on the inside. They're going to go side by side over the versus PC table into the split rhythm. Davis trying to hold the line, but Haley's going to get the lead back before the first lap is over. Davis challenging hard back into the next corner. Haley swinging wide out to in, gets the line. And your newly crowned champ, Jack Haley, leads across the line lap number 1 in Argentina. Davis in second, Blakely sits in third. Reed Young up into fourth on the 30. Prestige Worldwide, Adam Holm is right there in 5th. 6th for Colton Mitchell in 7th. Kyle Robb going down his inside. Cohenauer is 8th. Kyler Hockey 9th. Dorian Moreau in 10th. Caden Speck has gone down. He was in about 7th. Ian Holm goes through into 11th. Casey Ohlert 12th. Lewis Williams sliding it backwards in 13th. He's going to lose a spot right there to Austin Eklund. So Alexis LeClair suddenly not in the mix. Mikey Benedict, Charles Gable, Caden Speck, Ryan Spengler, Reno Brennan, Robert Wilson, Mikhail Ming Woodley, David Prevost, Andrew Massart, Joseph Pilsner, Fernando Andrade, Logan Heagney, Seth Enslow. Okay. And we got a rider going down right there. Up ahead, though, this group, Zach Prokop went through. Andrew Massart looks like he's gone down. We got Will Whiteley up here in the mix. Tommy Dallaire. Chase Donovan around the outside. Where is Alexis LeClair, who was listed 13th? And he is down again. For some reason, he's off the bike back here. So LeClair down right there with Fernando Andrade, so he's had some serious troubles here on lap number 1. Has Alexis LeClair right now, so he is going to have a big uphill battle. I think he is 2nd from last running on the racetrack right now, so he should be 39th or 38th. At 38th, Alexis LeClair, right ahead of Eduardo Simos and Dominic Saunier. And actually, yeah, Jeremy Seabold 41st, not off the line, so they let someone start on the back row. Didn't matter. Seabold not over the line. Instead, Haley continues to lead. Let's go on board with Devin Davis right now, who's having a really strong ride here. 2nd lap in the books. Devin switching it up for his DX3 team. Going for the Green Machines Outdoors. Very smooth and stylish look. Devin had a pretty solid Supercross season as he's trying to pull back a double whip. Able to corral it. He's trying to build off of that good Supercross season and maybe carry it into outdoors here. Gonna get his outdoor season started early, as does the rest of this group. We're gonna see a lot of these guys, of course, racing on Wednesday evening this week for the Hangtown Classic to kick off the Outdoor National Motocross Championship. Davis is really keeping the pressure on Jack Haley right now, 45.2 to a 44.9, so right in that wheelhouse. Of course, Davis, your 4th fastest qualifier, so this isn't exactly a fluke per se. He was able to put those quick times down in qualifying. For Haley's sake, though, he was 8th fastest qualifier. Look at Devin Davis as he goes down. I thought he was just scrubbing hard. Instead, he yard sails. Looks like he got a small kick on that takeoff. Gonna lose a couple positions as Reed Young trying to squeeze by. Yeah, and he's gonna get by, and Mitchell also doing so. Mitchell settles back in. I want to give credit where credit's due, though, for the Prestige Worldwide and MV Films team, because obviously they're kind of running replica setups as Jack Haley has gone down out of the lead. Blakely to the front. So it's Chase Blakely to the lead. Adam Holm putting the pressure on second, and speaking of Adam Holm and MV Films, as I said, these guys are all running kind of like replica setups, if you will, and they could just run the replica USA setups of their counterparts, but Adam Holm running the GP style of the factory HRC team, of course, with the white number plates on white backgrounds with a black outline. Never understood that. But if you go back and see the Prestige Worldwide guys, they're also running the KTM setup out there with the Alpine Star gear. It looks like they're both actually wearing Alpine Star helmets too. Looks rather Euro. You don't normally see these guys run, but that's kind of cool. Look at Holm trying to get the lead from Blakely. Blakely still controls that inside line, so he's going to hold it off. But Holm trying to scrub it down. Adam Holm also coming off of a season in Supercross that it was a good season, top 5 overall in the points, but was not exactly able to get as many wins or podiums maybe as he would have liked. Obviously won a Triple Crown main event at Houston, but didn't actually win the overall that night and didn't actually pick up an main event victory at any point during the season, but was always in contention. But some would argue is he's going to take the lead from Blakely and put him on the ground. Some would argue that Holm is a fair, decent bit better outdoors than he is in. And he's just proven that he is taking 0 prisoners here in this outdoor campaign as he goes to the lead. Taking out Chase Blakely in the process. Jack Haley slots into second. Devin Davis back up into third. Mitchell and Reed Young go through 4-5, and Blakely going to get back up in 6th. Can't imagine that the 16 machine is too thrilled with that move. And if he's able to get up to Adam Holm, we could see some further fireworks. So Blakely going to put his head down surely and just absolutely put the guns on and start blazing forward if he can. Got to get around the Canadian rider Reed Young. Colton Mitchell putting the pressure on Devin Davis. So interesting assortment of people up here. I was excited to see Dorian Moreau and David Prevost, a couple of French riders out here in the NA series racing tonight. Obviously LeClair, the Frenchman. A lot of Americans out front though. Holm, Haley, Davis, Mitchell, all Americans, and the Canadian rider Reed Young. Chase Blakely, rider out of the Pacific Northwest. Kyle Robb out of Utah, also an American. Kyler Hockey. And then, like I said, here's Dorian Moreau. He's putting the pressure on Jeremy Cohenauer. But Moreau, a very, very fast rider from France. Austin Eklund also right in the mix. So it's a good little flavor, little grouping here. It's not all of the usual suspects that we see in the Outdoor or SX Championship for the NA Series. These guys are all furiously battling. Kyler Hockey trying to hold off Jeremy Cohenauer right now, but Cohenauer slowly but surely closing that gap down on him. in and out of that inside rut. Oh, looks like Davis made a mistake, so Devin Davis going to get passed right there by Kyle Robb. Now Robb cases the finish line jump. Can Davis sweep him down into the first corner? Ooh, that was going to be a little nip and tuck right there. He was able to corral the position back, though, and Robb's going to have to go back to work. Davis swinging around the corner. Robb putting the power down as well. Both these guys absolutely flying. Davis getting some good whips off on this back table. Through the split lane and down, and into the waves we go. Look at Robb trying to pull alongside. He's going to get the pass made, but does he have the inside? He does not. Davis still controls it, and he's going to get it right back, so Robb tries to cut back underneath. And again, they're going to funnel to that inside line. Not a lot of opportunities for passing yet. Sounds like we got a rider down. It was Blakely. Blakely, he has gone down with Reed Young. So Davis and a host of other riders split him. Moreau going through, Hockey in the mix as well. Kyle Robb and Devin Davis continue their battle, gaining 2 positions in the process. Oh, Robb trying to square it off a little bit. Davis with that outside line is going to have a better drive through this entire lane here. How about this furious battle going on back here? Moreau trying to pass Hockey, who's going to quad all the way over and make the pass right back. So denying the French rider of that position. And also Kohenauer trying to get in the mix, but Kohenauer goes down and Blakely lands on him. Somehow the BPC rider stays on 2 wheels. He's going to gain a couple positions as well as Reed Young. And that was, I believe, oh, it's Dorian Moreau getting hung up in the corner there. Whoa, and Chase Donovan coming in your living room. Little front end tap there. So suddenly it all kicked off. And now teammates getting together as Reed Young gets into the back of Zach Prokop. All kinds of chaos going back here. None of these guys really able to sort out a position just yet. A lot of things still in the air. We'll slide back up front and see what's going on as Jack Haley has assumed the race lead once again. So Adam Holm, a little short-lived unfortunately for the 2-7. Little 3-lap advantage there in the lead, but Haley goes back to the front. And this time he's going to try to keep it on 2 wheels. Obviously Holm, though, still has that speed from last outdoor season deep down in there somewhere. And a 49 flat to a 44.4 last time by is not what Adam Holm wants at all. So clearly a mistake has cost him the lead. Does he have the speed to get it back, though? He's running lap times that are definitely comparable with Haley. Both of them tucking down to this inside. Holm a little hung up on that inside rut as well. We're going to take a look at the lap times this time by Haley, a 44.3, a 44.9 for Holm. So these guys are both absolutely flying right now, getting away from Mitchell, who just puts his best lap of the race in at a 45.6. And the good news for Colton Mitchell at the moment is it appears his computer issue that he was having in Supercross has somewhat sorted itself out. He was having a lot of troubles with it crashing in the middle of races. And at least for the moment, it's holding strong. Wouldn't that be a good sight to see, though, if Mitchell can contend outdoors? Obviously, we saw a fantastic 3-rider battle indoors between Jeremy Smith, Jack Haley, and Jeremy Seabolt. Seabolt not selecting to start this race here tonight. So the only guy of those 3 that is actually on the gate here in the GP Championship is Jack Haley. Jeremy Smith out here in California this week and next week, preparing to race Hangtown and Paula IRL. So he sounds like will not make the first 2 rounds of the Nationals. So we're going to have to look for someone else to perhaps step up in his place. And you look at someone like Colton Mitchell or an Adam Holm to potentially do that and give Jack Haley, give Alexis LeClair, give these now champions some fits. Not let them have it their own way all season long. Although right now it looks like Haley is having it all his way and then some. Doesn't look like he's missed one beat as the 57. And it's an incredible turnaround, quite honestly, for a guy that really, you look back at 2015, 2016, Haley running in the 450 division was definitely a top 5 guy all the time. I believe he won a moto, if I want to say correctly, at Muddy Creek in 16. So he was always right there in the mix, but never really had the full speed. Then we saw him drop down in 2018, race the 250 class all season long, kind of up his aggression. Won an East title, won an outdoor title. Comes back in a vengeance this year in the 450 class and is a refreshed man. Wins the 2019 Supercross Championship. Suddenly it looks like he is flying outdoors. Nobody's stopping him at the moment, except for Eduardo Simos, I guess. Or is that Fernando Andrade that he got hung up on? Either way, look at this. He's lapped Alexis LeClair. And the 108 right there. Is that Dean Wilson? No, but LeClair right behind Haley, but is a lap down. So Adam Holm right here is in second. He's seeing Alexis LeClair go a lap down. I'll tell you what, this is a little tough, unfortunately, to see out of LeClair, who just, I don't know, it's kind of like the old LeClair is back a little bit. He's going to unlap himself from Jack Haley here, so this is actually tightening things up with Holm. But LeClair, tell you one thing about LeClair, he's always been fast. Always been maybe arguably the fastest rider in the game for a single race lap. But the thing he lacked really badly, and it affected him quite a bit in his 2013 to 2015 days in sim, was his racecraft wasn't there. And it's quite dirty for one, but didn't really ever seem to have 30+2 in him every week. Was able to win an outdoor title in 14, but never had the same kind of consistency or perhaps some good fortune go his way in Supercross. Came back, obviously won the 18 title outdoors and in, but I don't know, it almost feels to me, having known and seen LeClair race in the past, that the old version of him is coming back a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on him though in the second moto. Maybe a good start changes all that. Definitely not aided one bit by a fast racetrack and a lot of crashes in the first 2 laps. Oh, as Haley has gone down, Haley's off the side of the racetrack there. I thought that might have been him, but never can be sure when they're running the stock skins. So Haley loses the lead. Adam Holm goes to the front. Now Colton Mitchell is sitting in a pretty good spot here. Almost gets into the back of Haley. 17 minutes and some change into this now. So just past the halfway point. Still a lot of racing left to go. And with these crashes starting to rear up a little bit, you might begin to wonder whether or not the track is getting rough enough, deep enough that these guys are pushing the envelope a little past the limitations of the race surface right now. Mitchell just trying to hang tight with Haley, maybe put the pressure and give him another chance to make a mistake. Devin Davis has settled nicely here into 4th. Looks like, I believe that might be Tyler Fry. He's trying to put a lap down on the 94. Fry very nicely moving off the side of the track, as does another lap rider right there. Looks like that may have been the 620 machine. Oh, and Haley's gone back to the lead again, so Adam Holm has gone down. And these guys just cannot figure out this racetrack as it gets a little rougher. We saw it in the 250 races earlier on. You hit this time of the race or so. Big shout out Dalton with the Twitch Prime sub for 3 months. Thanks, buddy. But again, you just hit this kind of time of the race. You're just past the halfway point. You're creeping up on the 20-minute mark. The track is really digging in. And it is just really starting to reach up and bite these guys faster than I think they expected. Look, Haley off the track in the same spot he was a lap ago. And it might cost him the lead as Mitchell's starting to close it down. Want to give a shout out to Watt Digger as well for a Twitch Prime sub. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate the support as always. Colton Mitchell got the bit between his teeth on this one.
Well, I'm just waiting for a mate, as I said.
Trying to get away perhaps from Adam Holm, at the same time doing some damage on closing up on Jack Haley if he can.
Well, I'm just waiting for a mate, as I
I
said.
feel like these lappers may come into play a little bit here and there. Just because these guys are taking a lot of lines that they're cutting across. Taking maybe some lines that they hadn't hit before. Just to try to find those smooth opportunities on the racetrack where it's not as rough. It's not going to kick them as bad. Because if anything, it seems like some of these fall-off crashes are really just real small, minute mistakes. A kick here, a slide out there. As, oh, home down the inside on Mitchell. Wow, that was real tight. Mitchell over the line, hangs on to the position. This is going to be good news for Haley, as if these two start battling with each other, they're going to slow each other up a little bit. Haley might be afforded the opportunity to get away, but tell you what, these two are not that far off of your race leader right now. I think the top three are within about a second and a half of each other. Oh, a little long for home there, but lands smoothly. Tripling over that, right onto the back of Colton Mitchell. And you can see now Haley in the wave section up ahead, going off the versus PC table jump. All three of our leaders in the same section of the race track right now. It is really tight. Anybody's race, great onboard perspective here from your third place rider, Adam Holm. And it is anybody's guess who this is going to go towards now. Jason85 dropping a bit. Thanks, buddy. I will use that penny to my advantage. Oh, man. Holm and Mitchell, this is awfully tight. Oh, Mitchell, I thought he was scrubbing a little too hard there. Corrals it back. From right above him, it's really tough when Holm jumps over top of him to see just exactly where they might be landing at. Holm taking a different line right there. All three of these guys working up into lap traffic right now. This is just incredible onboard perspective as the lapper's going to cut off Mitchell. Mitchell loses a tiny bit of time to Haley now. Oh, Holm nearly lands off the side of the racetrack. Around the outside. Jack, I have lens flares off. The only thing I actually have on is Vibrance and, shoot, I forget what it's called. Well, thank you, Jason85. So you donated, whoa, geez, that is 400 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 414. Oh, baby. All three of these guys, man, who is it going to be? Who is going to make the first big mistake? Haley has just been trying to maintain this lead, but the pressure from behind is just becoming insurmountable at this point, with Mitchell bringing along Adam Holm. All three of these guys really starting to separate themselves from the field. I want to do a top 20 rundown, but I don't want to miss a second of this action. Should have done it earlier when I had an opportunity, as Mitchell's putting a rider a lap down right there. No, it might have looked like Haley, but Haley's still right ahead of them. Look at Mitchell with the saucy little low line on the on-off right there. Look at how deep that inside rut's getting, the chop coming into it. All these guys kind of hopping over that final jump into the corner. Holm, a small mistake, loses the rear end. So for now, at least, he's lost touch with this battle. Gonna try to corral them back in if he can. Mitchell going inside there, getting a little kick. Let's actually go on board with the 6 now, since we can see the perspective of the rider right ahead of him, Jack Haley. Yeah, Mitchell using all the racetrack right there. Stay low as he possibly can. Swings around the outside, gets a good drive through the rollers here. A little long into the table. pace right now is just incredible with these guys. Down to 145.3 for Mitchell, and as I say that, a little hiccup in the inside rut, and he goes right over the top of it. Down he goes, and that'll give me plenty of time to do a top 20 rundown brought to you by the folks at Ride 365. Since we're in their section of the racetrack at the moment, want to give a little shout out to the guys at ride365.com. Head over there, check them out, find what you want and what you need, and they'll get you hooked up right now. Jack Haley, active code number 57, continues to lead here in Argentina, away from Adam Holm. Oh, the MV Films number 27 in second. Colton Mitchell has slipped back to third, number 6 for the Prestige Worldwide crew. His teammate Zach Prokop on the number 38 machine runs in fourth here. So they actually didn't lose touch with that group as much as I had thought. Well, it looks like Devin Davis has gone down. That's going to give fifth to Chase Blakely. BPC number 16 moves up inside of the top 5. 6 for Devin Davis on the DX3 number 32. So he's putting together a real solid start to his GP campaign. Trying to stay up with this group. Caden Speck on the privateer effort, running Adam Holmes' Supercross bike. But Speck putting in a good ride right here. Austin Eklund on the Transmoto number 67. Runs right ahead of Jeremy Kohenauer on the 43 MV Films machine. And Kyler Hockey, I believe, is in 10th. Yes, he is. On the number 169 HNW ride. Chase Donovan, 11th on the number 251 DX3 machine. Reed Young, 12th on the number 30 Prestige Worldwide. KTM, Will Whiteley on the MV Films number 58. Charles Gable. Whoa, getting together there with Dorian Moreau. A little cross jump action. Casey Oler, Reno Brennan, Fernando Andrade is 18th, 19th Kyle Robb, 20th for Robert Wilson. Ride365.com bringing you that top 20 rundown. We have a lead change, ladies and gentlemen, as Adam Holm goes down and coughs it right back up. So just as soon as we had one happen, it is right back to Haley. Adam Holm, not sure, might have got a kick on the face of that jump. That's a weird spot to do a little helicopter action right there. But Adam Holm, just as we said it, back out of the lead again. Oh, legs off into the face, gotcha. So Chris Riesenberg with the updated chat. Yeah, a little long on that single before that back table will kill ya. And Jason85 continues to drop bits in chat. I really appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for all 500 bits. Jack Haley back to the race lead. Adam Holm is in second. And look at the surprise ride of the moto so far. Zach Prokop, just like a sneaky little snake. Zach the Snake Prokop, we'll call him, is up into third. And wow, solid effort to go from battling just inside of the top 10 early in this moto with that absolute freight train of riders to now battling for second with Adam Holm, who just a lap ago was leading this race. It's not out of the question Zach Prokop might have a shot at winning this thing with 2.5 minutes and 2 laps left to go, as he's really putting the pressure on. Tries to cut down the inside going through the waves. Gets a little hops at the beginning, but able to save it nice and smoothly. The table seems like it's catching a couple guys out that come up a little bit short each lap. Prokop misses the inside, so he's going to have to go outside, kind of send it into the face of this one. So Holm right now doing a pretty good job at keeping him at bay. If anything, they may be slowly closing up on Jack Haley, but it's obviously going to be way too late if Haley stays on 2 wheels here. Different lines again being used by Prokop. I'm liking the line selections by him. Staying away from where Holm's going. We've seen Holm make a couple mistakes, a couple tip overs, obviously the legs off. Don't want to follow somebody if they're going to have a fall off crash, obviously, because they could take you with them. Much more so than a real life dirt bike race. You have guys actually falling off the motorcycles in this game. So it's kind of a strategy to use at times to not follow, to avoid crashes, just like that. Adam Holm down, exiting the final corner before the finish line jump, gives up second. Prokop fortunate enough that the one line that was available there, Holm didn't end up landing in. So he goes up into second, Holm back to third, and then we will resume this battle, it appears, between Colton Mitchell and Adam Holm. Mitchell trying to close it down on him. Devin Davis kind of all alone back here ahead of Chase Blakely. Austin Eklund and Caden Speck having two of maybe the most surprising rides I've seen in a while right now. Eklund has been pretty strong this year, no doubt, but Speck, who I believe would be number 144 in your program books here, is maybe not as prone to finishing inside of the top 10 as you're accustomed to seeing him doing right now, just kind of with ease. And Austin Eklund and he are having a great battle. Can't forget Jeremy Cohenauer right here battling it out with them as well. This is going to be a tremendous effort, though, for Speck if he can hang on to this position. Feels like a couple times we've drifted back this far. Eklund and he have been throwing fisticuffs at each other. Down the inside versus the outside line. Looks like if you can get a drive out of that outside line, which is kind of tough to do, it's got a couple notches in the rut now. That outside still appears to be better just because you carry momentum through the waves back there. Oh, Eklund misses the inside. That might be Cohenauer's opportunity. Stays a little lower. Going to be side by side nearly. Some small dualies action. Always appreciate the dualies. And Eklund runs high, so Cohenauer slides down the inside. Is he going to get that spot, though? Eklund trying to fight back. Yeah, Cohenauer shuts the door. It's a nice, smooth move out of Jeremy Cohenauer right there. Caden Speck now has to fend off the attacks of Jeremy Cohenauer as Chase Blakely has found his way back around Devin Davis. So these two just doing a lovely little game of hopscotch, switching back and forth. 16 and 32. Put two of Blakely together, you have one Devin Davis. Colton Mitchell up here, Adam Holm, Zach Prokop, and Jack Haley. Oh my goodness. Color me impressed right now by Zach Prokop. 46.2 to 47.6, so he's still running better times than Haley this late into the moto. One lap board coming out next time by, so little too late perhaps, but this has been a really good performance right here by Prokop. Whoa, but a couple kicks right there. It's been using that outside line, but it seems like it's getting a little too choppy. All right, I believe, yeah, there should be one lap board coming out right here. So one lap to go. Coming up in Argentina, going to be a 19-lapper. 46.7 for Haley that time by. Let's take a look at Pork Chop. What's he got for us? 46.9, so yeah, just right in that same wheelhouse. Looks like it's going to be a touch late there for the 38 machine. Of course, barring any sort of large mistake out of Haley. Obviously, still plenty of potential for the 57 rider to throw this one away. MX Simulator tends to provide a lot of late race surprises with some crashes, especially with the new road system, giving these guys a much more difficult racetrack to attack late in the moto. But somehow, someway, Haley's always been pretty good at that, especially indoors this year. Maybe had one of the better performances when it came to late race charges. He'd come from 15th to 4th in like 10 laps sometimes. It was incredible stuff to watch. On his way to perhaps yet another victory. So he's going to stamp race number 1 into the record books here in Argentina. Ooh, riders down on the face there, so Haley's going to have to avoid them, hop over him as well. Look at how deep some of these lines are getting. More riders on the track, more torque being applied to the ground. The 450 riders really chewing up this racetrack at the moment. No worries in the world, though, for Mr. Jack Haley. Making this Argentinian track look, well, a little bit more simple than it really is with all these kickers and deep ruts that it has strewn about it. But that's just the way Jack Haley is. A champion and a winner as he takes the win here. Race number 1 belongs to Jack Haley in Argentina. Zach Prokop, a solid second place finish right there. Adam Holm follows him across in third. Colton Mitchell looks like he's going to go ahead and stamp his fourth place ticket. Sets him up pretty well. Oh man, Devin Davis and Blakely. This one isn't over yet. Davis running Blakely a little high. Davis comes up short on the table, and Blakely's going to get it back. Something tells me Davis isn't done trying to make a pass, though. Not sure what caught Davis out right there, but that was an interesting last sequence of events there. Blakely's going to go wide. Davis is going to use the inside and absolutely blow the inside apart and takes the position away from Blakely and then blows the final corner, and Blakely almost gets him back. Davis just hangs on. Great action to the line between those two. 0.3 seconds separating it at the end. I don't think I've seen anybody hit that inside line before the finish harder than Devin Davis did, but that's what it takes sometimes to make a late race pass. Kohenauer crosses the line right there in 7th. Whoa, and Speck sideways before the finish. This isn't good. He's going to have to go backwards, try to get going forwards, and still gets 8th. 9th is Eklund. 10th, Reed Young. 11th, Charles Gable. Oh, man, someone yard sailing in the background. Judging by the white gear, I want to suggest that's Joseph Pilsner. But Reed Young looks like he is going to just hang on over Charles Gable here. This final corner is catching a few people out, it seems like. Kyler Hockey battling the line with Reno. Brennan, whoa, what a send, and then gets the pass done. Well done, son. Hockey, no response, unfortunately, for them. And Kyle Robb, I think, is going to be the last runner on the lead lap here in P14. Yes, he is. Here he comes. Over the line. Cuts are in. Whiteley, Andrade, Donovan, Ohlert, Wilson, Ian Holm inside of the top 20. Take a look and see. Did cuts change anything? No, actually, Davis extended his gap on Blakely. And everybody stayed the same. Prokop had 1.7 seconds to cut, so Holm only lost out on the spot by 0.7 seconds at the line. So that definitely, that could have been pretty close. But in the end, it was still our top 3 saying the exact same there, with Haley winning from Prokop, Holm, Mitchell, Davis, your top 5. Well, a little 5-minute break coming up here in the action. Of course, this is where I love opening it up to our chat room. Lovely little group of 46 people hanging out with us, watching some GP action here tonight. The Argentinian GP. You guys have anything you guys want to discuss? Any questions you want to ask? Please feel free to ask, and I'd be happy to answer. All the while, I'm going to try to play this track a little bit in the meantime and feel what these guys just felt on this absolutely dirty racetrack right now. Double whip action. Nathan Zaworski wants to know, where's the shots? Nate, if you ever come out and visit us again, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen, I'll take shots with you all night long, buddy.
Count.
Nate.
Bud. Okay.
What is my proposition not good enough for you?
No, well, I'm here to talk about your proposition. Apparently, at some points this Supercross season, Zach invited me out to California on Opala.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I totally forgot about it. Or I should say I didn't recollect it.
So what does that mean? What are you getting at? I'm so confused.
So I might be coming out for Paula, I may be not.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured you were telling me that in ways of saying I would have been there, but I'm not. Instead, you might
I
be.
don't know yet.
Okay.
Maybe not. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we have lots of room in the home for you to stay if you come.
Anyway, you can blame Zach. Whatever.
What?
You can blame Zach.
I don't blame
Your
Zach
lack
at
of
all.
room, or-
I'll give Zach a big hug for having you come out, because I wanted to invite you, but I know you've been real busy with work and stuff, so I didn't want to ask you.
I'll figure it out. I looked up lights.
Well,
They're not too great right now, but
yeah, I was gonna say that's a
maybe.
little last minute and all the way across the country.
Yeah.
Well, keep me in the loop, buddy. I want to know.
Oh yeah.
All right, good. All right. Good talk.
No,
mate.
I'm kind of surprised. I'm only at what motor right now? That was a slow moto.
A slow moto?
Oh, but I mean, time-wise, but it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is good action, man. We got a fast racetrack on hand for these guys tonight. Seems like it's roughing up in some unique positions where these guys are getting caught off guard and crashing a lot. I'm digging it.
It's fun to watch.
Oh, it's gonna be fun to watch. Who's gonna win this overall in the second moto? I'll tell you that much for sure.
Yeah, there definitely is a fast track.
Josh Mertens in
Isn't
chat
it?
says that Nate sounds like he's firing off on all 3 cylinders, Nate. All 3 cylinders.
Out of how many?
The V8?
Yeah, huh?
Let's see. Have I missed anything?
Down a couple.
No, Alex, my things to do in MXS series is not done. I actually have a drawing board lined up of things I want to do in MXS, but I haven't gotten around to doing them yet. I'm kind of waiting until I can get my new studio built up in the new house, and then I'll have a lot more time kind of to myself to get some work done in the afternoons and stuff like that, and it'll be good, and I'll build more videos for you fine, lovely people out there. Jay Rife. I mean, I guess people don't care about spoilers. 250 overall was won by Isaiah Dickerson.
We're doing 250, 250, 450, 450?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe that explains why I'm thinking we're behind if we're not behind.
Nope.
Gotcha.
Need a studio build vlog? Yeah. I'm trying to get a podcast off the ground, so I gotta set up my mixer and have a couple microphones already for it, but I gotta set up all my memorabilia in the office as well. I got a 20-foot green screen that somehow needs to fit in there. I got a lot of stuff.
So you got her all picked out?
What, the house?
No, your streaming room.
Yes, Nate. That was part of the... When we were looking at the homes, we were like, okay, which office is going to be where Kellen has SYS Studios at?
Oh.
So our new home, it's, other than the master bedroom, it's the largest bedroom in the house. It's probably like a 18 by 18 room or so.
Nice.
All right, parade lap going out right now for the MX1 class, race 2. See what these guys are able to do. Nate, any bold predictions from this one?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole first photos.
Waffle.
Yeah, I'm waffling. I didn't get to watch the complete first motos, so I'm kind of an A player. I'll say, what did Davis finish? He was top 5, right?
Yeah, Davis finished 5th in that first moto. He was actually leading for the first little bit there.
I'll make a prediction. I'll get a podium.
Ooh, Devin Davis on the podium. Nathan Zaworski throwing down the gauntlet. And Alex Efforts did say we hear a 2-stroke somewhere.
Ooh.
Who is it?
Ooh.
It's Mikey Benedict. He says, give team now.
Give her, bud.
Give her, bud.
I approve.
This dude has such good grammar. Paige doesn't even race factory. All right, ladies and gentlefish of the ocean, it is time for race number 2 in Neuquen. Who is it gonna be? Will Jack Haley repeat from his first moto feats? Will Zach Prokop get a better start and run with these guys earlier on? Will Jeremy Siebold actually start this race? Will Alexis LeClair not go down 14 times in the first couple laps? We know one thing's for sure. JLB is going to be moonwalking across the track as the gate goes down. Casey Oller jumped the gate.
Oh, yeah. He's done.
LeClair
Isn't that
looked like
Cowie?
he might get it. Gable runs wide. LeClair hole shot. Holmes second. And Prokop third. So Prokop is in a really good position right here. Looks like Caden Speck is up there on Adam Holmes' Supercross bike. And Alex Villafrance also up here. So the French invasion coming up to the front here. LeClair with the lead and Villafrance also in the mix as well. Holm looking inside on LeClair. Remember, these two don't love each other, that's for sure. Oh, look at Prokop looking to peek inside of Adam Holm, trying to show him a wheel. Look like he may actually get more than a wheel. He's going to get the pass done, but he goes wide. Trying to square it back off, scrubs it down, and makes that pass. Dooley's action. So they work their way up to the top of the hill here. Holm trying to tuck inside and get the spot back, but Prokop reeling around the outside, gets it. So it's LeClair from Prokop and Holm. And Prokop looking like he's already wanting a piece of the lead. Zach freaking Prokop has showed up to race here in South America. Oh, the scrub! Oh, and he's gonna go down! Catches the front wheel on the landing there. Maybe a little overzealous too early. This is terrible for him too, because look at the freight train of riders going by as he's just now getting going. Right mixed up with Andrade, a couple other guys in the mix here as well. Oh my goodness. That may have just cost him the overall win right there. No sign of Jack Haley. Top 15 yet? Seabolt's up here. Prokop is still ahead of Haley despite going down on the first lap. Where is Jack Haley? Well, Mitchell is buried back here right now. And Villafrance behind Mitchell. Mitchell's 37th after the first lap of the race. Did I miss Jack Haley, or is he not out?
I was going to say, did he start?
Oh, here he is. Okay. So Haley right now runs in 16th position. He must have been in a bit of a grouping there when we went by him. Oh, big crash in the waves right here. Haley trying to avoid them. That looks like it's Will Whiteley. And Prokop again. So Prokop with more issues. Oh, and then gets into the back of Reno Brennan. Oh my goodness, absolute chaos going on right now as several riders getting mixed up here. Andrade gets together, or I should say Simos gets together with Reed Young.
Surprised he ran out of that.
Another rider just laying off the side of the racetrack here. Lewis Williams going for a soft nap on the side of the hill here. Tommy Dallaire, Dale Mullins, all these guys all mixed together here. Mikey Benedict on the two smoke also revving her out.
Yes, giving her, bud.
Just giving her, but it's still LeClair. And LeClair had a horrendous first moto, getting lapped about 4 laps into the moto. And he's trying to turn this thing around right now. Doing the best he can to salvage a good ride here, as he is leading the race from Adam Holm.
So, in your opinion, LeClair, indoors, outdoors, what do you think he's better at? I mean, I should say maybe straight up speed. Power results, because results are...
Well, I mean, Nate...
I mean, results, if you're looking at Supercross, his results don't show much. But
yeah, but he holds most, if not all, of the stock track records, and I don't believe any of those are inside, so... I'm thinking outdoors for LeClair. But in honesty, he's a 2-time outdoor champion in RF. He won that one Supercross title last year, and he won a ton of GP and EU national championships back in 14 and 15. I would just have to say overall he's better outdoors.
Yeah, I forgot about those early titles for him.
I mean, I remember just getting spanked by him in French national races back in like 2013. And he was new to the game then.
Right.
What? Alexis LeClair is pulled off the side of the track.
Stopped?
He just comes to a complete stop, lets Adam Holm go. So Holm
we,
takes over the race lead.
Can we look at their lap times here? Does LeClair just think he's that much faster? Is going to play a game or what?
I mean, 44.5 to a 44.8. I wouldn't say that that's a huge difference. But you're right, Nate.
No.
Maybe it's a little James Stewart a la Chad Reed combination.
Yeah.
Just letting Adam Holm go so he can pass him back with authority. But that's, I don't know, that's pretty bold for LeClair, who finished 38th in the first moto, to try to do this.
Yeah, if he's trying to play a game with him, he has to win or none. If he even gets second, that's a failure for this strategy here.
Exactly. And right now, Holm, to his credit, kind of responded to it a little bit and hasn't let LeClair in just yet, hasn't given him a spot to maybe try to make that pass back. Now, these two right now have a pretty decent gap on the field, so we want to keep an eye on them just in case things get a little saucy between some old rivals. These two went toe-to-toe for the outdoor title last year. LeClair jumping in and gets into Holm, and they're gonna both go down. That was just a Holm slide out right there, but LeClair back to the race lead. Caden Speck's gonna slide through into second. Adam Holm must be thinking, what the hell, my bike just passed me. Not sure what's going on right now. So suddenly we have LeClair leading. Caden Speck on Adam Holm's Supercross bike is in second. Adam Holm on his GP bike is in third. Devin Davis runs in fourth. Man, Nate, you might be spot on the money with a Devin Davis podium today. No sign of Colton Mitchell. Jack Haley still a little buried down in eighth spot. A lot of these guys have finished near the front in the first moto. Not up in the mix. Davis a fifth in the first one, a fourth right now. Still has the potential to go forward.
From what I caught from the first moto, Davis definitely looked good. Do not retract my statement.
Yeah, he was fourth fastest qualifier, which was surprising to see him mixed up with the likes of LeClair, Adam Holm, Jeremy Siebold. All those guys had great times, and then you see Devin Davis. He beat Jack Haley in lap times this week. And he definitely seems like he's stepped up his program outdoors. It's going to be fun to watch him at Hangtown, as there goes Caden Speck down out of second. So Holm goes back.
These are 30 plus 2s, right?
Yep, 30 plus 2.
Well, you got like 23 minutes left, man.
Yeah, a lot of racing left to go. This is far from over, and anything can happen. Jack Haley eyeing up a potential charge to the field a la El Chupacabra style. Kind of fitting that he's number 57, given that that was when Blake was given that name. Remember that, Nate? Blake running the visor backwards?
His crash at, was it Hangtown? No, High Point.
Yeah, at High Point, he went down in the first corner, then charged all the way through the field with his visor, facing straight up and down.
That's the origin of Chupacabra, right?
Yep. And he was number 57 that day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jack Haley doesn't have the visor flipped up yet, but there's still time.
Got some insight from chat from all checkers. I think Atom is aware of the Oro.
Jeremy Siebold just got together with Kyler Hockey and went down. That's going to give a couple positions up. Massart went through. I think Haley actually slid through as well, but I didn't see him in the moment. So it's going to kind of change up the overalls a little bit. Oh, LeClair. Clippy, clippy. Can't be making mistakes like that. Adam Holm is in second, so 3-2 for Holm versus a 1-4 for Haley. That gives Haley the overall, doesn't it?
I
1-4 beats a 3-2.
I mispronounced names here. I'm kind of drunk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nate, well, that happens, you know. Yeah, but 1-4 beats a 3-2 because you get those extra when you get that extra point for a win. So it should be 43 points to 42 points. So Holm would have to go either get LeClair or hope for another Haley mistake, I think, to turn the tides in his favor. A lot of racing left to go, though, folks. I mean, we have 19 and a half minutes plus 2 laps left to go. And I'll tell you what, Alexis LeClair looks like he's a little bit on the edge right now. Not sure if that's just the way I'm looking at, but I mean, he looks like he is throwing down right now. Oh, slides all the way off the inside of the racetrack right there. That was maybe one of the weirdest crashes I've ever seen. Stays on 2 wheels, though, and is still right ahead of Adam Holm, who is now putting the pressure on for the race lead. Extinguish wanted to know, are we uploading this to YouTube? Yes, we are. 250, or I should say MX2 and MX1 streams will be separately uploaded, but they should be both up on YouTube tomorrow morning. What are you seeing at LeClair here, Nate? I mean, you've been around a while. You've kind of seen how he races. Anything standing out as peculiar to you, or is it just typical LeClair stuff?
I wouldn't say anything out of the ordinary. To me, he has always been good at, well, since we're in outdoors, either railing outside lines, either any, like, I would say outside, really straight, locked in type of rut. He's been able to stay in it and rail the whole thing. So this track here, I don't know if it's a race example of being super rough. There's some rough sections going into the inside berms, but let's say he's just good at getting into a rut and locking into it and railing it.
Yeah, he is absolutely flying right now. I mean, he's getting slowly away right now from Adam Holm, who had caught up to him after that mistake from LeClair. But as Checkers brought up in chat, we saw a lot of second half implosions, really nuclear bombs coming out of LeClair in Supercross, where he'd lead till about the 10-minute mark, and then it was like pulling a grenade pin, and he'd fall all the way to 4th, 5th, sometimes outside of the top 10 on occasion. I'm not saying that will happen here, but it has been the road changes that have really affected him negatively this year, it seems. Whether or not that continues to be a trend outdoors, we will have to see. But as the defending champion of the outdoor season, I think he's looking to maybe turn the tides in his favor come Hangtown. Oh, dirty scrap.
Well, yeah, there. I was gonna say, I'm very, very, very surprised that he did not get one Supercross win.
Yep, second rider in history to not get at least one win in their title defense. Every other rider before him, except Tyson Fresquez in 2018, had at least one win in their championship defense season, and LeClair became the second rider to do it in 2019. LeClair's still pulling away, and yes, we have lost Adam Holm, so Holm now outside of this grouping. Devin Davis has moved up to second, but he's got to put the bit between his teeth here because Jack Haley is trying to close it down. Adam Holm still lurking back there in 4th. Davis upside down over the finish line jump. Yeah, I would say Devin Davis is feeling it right now.
We have the Checkers in chat waving on Devin.
Oh, Haley with the cut under nearly got Davis. Oh, both of them just scrubbing that.
Devin's feeling it now, man.
He is. I can't say I've ever seen Devin look this comfortable in the game. He's always been very consistent, but right now he just looks like he's found another notch that he didn't have before. He's riding really strong right now, putting Jack Haley to rest at the moment.
Oh, almost went over the bars there. the table.
Adam Holmes still lurking right behind these two as Haley gets a good drive out of the inside rut. Can he pull alongside? Devin still throwing upside down on every tabletop that's in existence right now.
So I will say it. I'm solely just watching your stream. To be neither third person or first person riding this track is so much different than just watching the stream. It is so much harder actually playing the game versus just watching the lines they're hitting.
Yeah, you really don't get a fair shake watching it on stream. What they're actually doing lap after lap, and I guess the best example of that is I can go on board right now, Jack Haley. You can see these lines that he's hitting, watching Devin ahead of him, how hard they're attacking every corner. I mean, it really is the elite of the elite that we're watching race right now. Oh, Devin! Oh, he pirouettes. A little 360 maneuver, and down he goes. But fortunately, it looks like he only lost those 2 positions. So I'd have to think, well, where's Mitchell now? Prokop back here. Ooh, Prokop 2.8 to Devin 5.4. Yeah, Devin would
get the Schmodium?
Yeah, he would get Prokop. Well, no, Prokop just moved to 7th, so I take that back. No, he still would get Prokop because better second moto finish. They're tied right now. Caden Speck still trying to keep the pressure on Andrew Massart. We got Zach Prokop, Eklund, Siebold, Blakely, Cohenauer, and then Mitchell. So Colton Mitchell not having the moto in the second go that he was hoping to have.
They shout out in chat 2 words of wisdom.
Yeah, just picking up the
new SYS Master MJ Supercross.
Yep, just picking up the W in the DMR Series race tonight. Repping SYS Racing proud, and I mean, dude, I will be glad to give an SYS Stream Team little badge for you guys. However, I'm streaming currently. I can't just stop that and do that. So hold on to your jorts and glasses, ladies and gentlefish. I will take care of that this week.
I mean, they did get 1, 2, 3. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know. They have all the reason they would want to riot right now because they made me a happy team owner. Whew, Siebold scrubbing over the finish line, went all the way from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, but still.
Oh, that crossover.
Yeah.
That was.
So it's still Alexis LeClair leading this thing. Oh boy, whoa, little sideways landing, and then through the banners he goes. I'll tell you what, LeClair never makes it look easy per se, as much as his name always loved to suggest it with the IZI racing team. Just kind of sound that out. IZI, easy racing.
I'll tell you what, I'm a first-person player. If you watch him in first person, you will be wondering how what he does is possible in the game. It's quite incredible what he does.
Well, I
It makes it
remember.
look pretty easy, but it's. I don't know how he does what he does.
Exactly. I mean, you would probably remember this too, Nate, when he started posting videos where he'd run his setups the way they were, like all hundreds and zeros, and you'd see the laps he was doing and the gears that he was in doing them and stuff, and you're just like, hey, how? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. The setup doesn't make sense. The way he rides doesn't make sense, and yet it's still a second faster than everybody else.
Well,
Maybe.
swipe for might, as I said.
Maybe the most enigmatic person in MX Simulator history, where it's you just don't know what you're going to get out of LeClair. But if there's any guarantee with him, it's that he probably has the most raw speed of anybody on the racetrack. But whether he puts it together,
Right, and
the
it's
whole race,
it's
I don't
not
know.
just one series. Right? He's indoors and outdoors. He's not like a one trick pony, right?
Right, yeah, he indoors, outdoors, GPs, covers all the bases, that's for sure.
What some of you old guys may remember, Simon Linko.
Good pull, Nate. Good
He
pull.
was very, I would say, supercross oriented guy. I don't remember him being actually even racing outdoors. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, I think
You
his
remember?
time in the game was shorter
did you race
lived.
outdoors?
No, because he raced like 6 supercrosses, won 3, and then like retired. I mean, I never saw him
Yeah,
again.
he did some James Stewart level scrubs and rhythms and stuff, and he was crazy.
Yeah,
And he
exactly.
just disappeared. He's gone.
It was so weird. Like Simon Linko, you're right. It's LeClair is kind of comparable to Simon Linko, except he's just been around forever, obviously. But he just has that same kind of finesse, same kind of style, and weird quirkiness about him, where he's doing stuff that you don't think should be done, especially in Supercross. But outdoors, even he does lines, he does sections, weirder than most. The setups have always been really weird, but somehow it just always seems to work. Especially right now, it's working pretty dang well if you ask me. Adam Holm trying to give chase still. We'll do a quick little top 10 rundown right here, and this time we'll bring it to you from the folks at Tiger Designs, building you guys gorgeous custom helmets straight out of Temecula. They party in Temecula, do you? I'll tell you that much.
Cool.
They build some great helmets that custom designed to fit your wants and needs. You guys should check them out today. They're bringing you this top 20 rundown right here at race number 2 in the MX1 class at the GP of Argentina, as Alexis LeClair continues to lead on his Rockstar Energy factory Husqvarna. Second belongs to Adam Holm on the number 27 MV Films machine. Zach Prokop all the way up to 3rd for Prestige Worldwide. 4th for Devin Davis on DX3. 5th for Jack Haley of Active Co. 6th for Jeremy Siebel, Prestige Worldwide. 7th is Austin Eklund for Transmoto. 8th is Andrew Massart. No team, just rocking it. 9th is Caden Speck, also no team, privateer effort out here. And P10 right now belonging to Jeremy Cohenauer of the MV Films number 43 ride. So Cohenauer is putting together a couple solid motos, but he's had to come through the field to do them. He's got his teammate Will Whiteley right behind him on the 58. Kyler Hockey, H&W trying to hold off Chase Blakely. And Colton Mitchell is sticking with this battle for just a quick second as 3 riders come into one corner. Hockey blows the outside. Mitchell trying to square back underneath Blakely, nearly gets into the side of him. Ooh, Mitchell nearly into the back of Blakely again. So Hockey going to try to have a chance to go through, but he almost goes through the front door and goes off the side of the racetrack in the process. So P14 Hockey losing touch with that group. Reno Brennan of Wildside Designs running in 15th. Andrade of Power Dream on the 74 machine runs in 16th. Logan Higney, Transmoto. P17.
Not to interrupt you, Colin, but check says Holm is down.
Wanted to get all the way through the
Near
top
the-
20. Go take a
Yeah, I'm
look.
sorry.
Adam Holm is...
Almost made it.
Yeah, it looks like he went down because Zach Prokop is starting to close it down. I think Prokop might have a chance to sneak this overall victory away without winning a moto today, especially because something is happening to Jack Haley right now. Not sure what, but he's going backwards slowly down to P8. Ooh, nearly contact there. Goes up to 7th, but a 1-7 isn't going to cut it when a 3-2 and a 2-3 are out there. But Zach Prokop ends up yard sailing off the track.
Wow.
Devin Davis going to come through.
And not to be a dum-dum, but is this the actual first round of the series?
Correct.
Okay. It looked
You mean
familiar.
IRL?
Yep.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh,
Davis almost
Davis, wow.
gonna get landed on by
He's
Prokop.
washing out up the face of the table there.
Oh my goodness, that was nearly contact out of the first corner. Prokop swings wide. Davis, woo! Trying to run him high too, but giving him room. They're being respectful. Give them both credit. And Davis is still just getting backwards on every jump. It really is Devin Fjellberg out here right now. Look at, oh my goodness, just trying to show a wheel there. Got a rider that was down getting up. It looks like a lapped rider that was down. So Adam Holm looks like he is potentially in line for this overall victory. With a 3-2 performance, we're going to have to see whether or not Haley can get going and move his way forward up to P7. 1-7 doesn't beat that 3-2 though.
These guys are just railing that outside for a little double the right-hander.
P6 now for Haley as he works his way around Siebold. Siebold probably not going to be done though. This should be a good little battle brewing here.
Haley hit that rut so good.
Oh, Siebold. Oh my gosh, you just see Jack Haley's rear tire.
Oh. Wow.
Siebold trying to hop over. Look at that line. Oh, and he makes the move. No, Haley outside hangs on. I don't know. Somehow Siebold
They
turned
both
that
jumped
section.
it inside.
Siebold, somehow he turned that into a whoop section.
That's so fun to watch, man.
These guys are absolutely sending it right now. And Haley blows the inside. Siebold's going to get him back. And then Siebold, oh, I thought he was blowing the inside before the finish line. Man, these guys are just toying with each other, really. Ah, Siebold tucks the front wheel.
I was going to say, it sounds like this. I'm so happy I can't run with these guys just so I can watch them. It's so fun to watch them.
I would be sweating my balls off trying to race against these guys because they're just perfect.
You know, he's going for it.
How about Austin Eklund right now running inside of the top 5? 67 Transmoto rider having a breakout ride right here. Trying to beat your now current Supercross champion Jack Haley, fresh off of a title in a 30+2 outdoor moto in Argentina. Yeah, I don't think many people can say that. Right now only about 4 or 5 can. And pretty much all of them have championship potential, race winning potential. I don't know if I could have said that about Austin Eklund coming into today's race, but he's looking real good out there. Just putting a steady ride together. Looks like he's making minimal mistakes. Just putting his laps in. Sometimes that's all you really need on a track like this, as high speed as it is. Little kicks and bumps here can throw you off your line and cause you to crash quite often. If you just kind of slow your pace down and maybe you're a second a lap slower, but overall it works better because guys are losing 10 seconds, which would be about 10 laps in time by crashing. Then they crash again and crash again.
Yep, I mean, it also depends on how the road sets up. In this case, it looks like the maybe the main line is still the favorite line.
Right.
Some of these sections are hard to tell, but I regrettably have not raced any of the preseason Euro tests, but it looks like maybe the road has not gotten hard enough that it's really made you choose other lines yet.
Yeah, these guys are all still kind of just hammering that main line and getting the most potential out of each rut that they can instead of trying to search for a new one and dig it out to be exactly what they want.
Right.
Prokop has not given up on his chance to close it down on Adam Holm. I will say that LeClair just crossed the line after the time this time by. He almost beat the clock. I don't know how, but he would have gotten 20 laps out of this thing. Instead, he beats the just narrowly beat the clock. And we have 2 laps left to go here in Argentina. Adam Holm is in line to win the overall right now, but a couple things still need to play out for that to be solidified. Jack Haley looks like he is all but out of the scenario here. He probably needs to get to, well, he definitely needs to get to 4th to win the overall. And Devin Davis is quite a bit of ways up the racetrack at the moment right now. And Haley continues to make small mistakes.
Almost a big mistake there.
Yeah, almost went down. Did a saucy little triple over the braking bumps into the corner after that, though. I like the look of that as Seabold's putting the pressure on Austin Eklund for 5th again.
Just out of curiosity, do you know what these times are comparing to the real life times?
I don't actually remember what they were running, but I want to say it was comparable. This track is really, really fast in real life, and I know they were going sub-2s.
All Seabold looked inside?
So yeah, Seabold tucks to the inside on Eklund. So I'd have to imagine that they were probably around this range, if anything, maybe like high 140s.
Okay.
But yeah, Seabold makes that move on Eklund. Still has a bit of a ways to go to get to Davis. And Prokop just begging, just anything he can tell Adam Holm to tell him to fall off the motorcycle right now is what he wants to do, as LeClair is circulating on the last lap of the race right now. It's really up to whether or not Holm stays where he is or crashes, though. And his destiny is controlled by himself. He'll leave here with 0 victories, but the overall win and the red plate to boot. Sure, he would have liked to have at least won one of the races here in Argentina, but can't be dissatisfied with an overall victory. Stand on top of the box at the first Race Factory GP of the season. Go into next week at Matterley Basin with the red plates on his bike. Pretty smooth riding for Adam Holm. Zach Prokop has been a surprise today. Devin Davis, I think, unfortunately for his sake, is just going to miss the podium. We'll have to calculate the scores out. Jack Haley maybe passing Austin Eklund would put the nail in the coffin, though. Let's see, he's putting the power to the ground. Going to scrub this jump here. Does he get the power down to the inside of Eklund here? Yeah, Eklund. Oh, and Haley. Oh, so Eklund's going to cross back over and get right back by him. Battle is on. Haley trying to cross back underneath. Get that middle line.
Yeah, that was lucky. Haley did not wash out totally and scrubs his face off the ground there.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alexis LeClair wins race 2 in Argentina. A 38-1 score for LeClair. Not exactly what he was hoping for, but...
Did he disconnect? Like, well,
no, he was a lap down at the end of lap 1, or lap 4, I should say. So he just crashed a bunch. But Adam Holm solidifies the Argentinian victory with authority, a 3-2 victory. Doesn't even need to win races. He's out here winning races. Zach Prokop comes across in 3rd. He should be 2nd overall on the podium, and it's going to be between Davis and Haley for the final step of the podium. We're going to have to try to calculate these scores out, though. Davis coming across in 4th, though, so he's going to go 5-4. There it is. 5-4 should be good for 34 points. Eklund, and then Haley. So Haley's 6. Yeah, Haley's going to get it with a 1-6. I thought if Haley finished 7th or worse, it might be interesting, but Seabold crashed on the last lap. Comes across 7th. So Haley's going to be on the 3rd step of the box. Massart flipping over the line right there in 8th. Whiteley over the line in 9th. Blakely crosses in 10th. Caden Speck Started up front, was in second. A couple crashes that really cost him in this moto, but he's still going to salvage P11 out of this one. Or is he? Oh, and he's over the line. Colton Mitchell may have had a chance at him, but he was down in the second to last corner. So Mitchell will slide out in the final corner and cross the line in 12th. Kyler Hockey looks like he's got 13th wrapped up as Fernando Andrade in what is essentially his home GP, since there is no GP of Brazil anymore. Argentina isn't exactly really close to where Andrade lives. It's probably still like 1,000 miles away from him, this GP, but closest it's going to get. The only race they go to South America, and he is going to wrap this one up here in 14th as soon as he crosses the line, which will be next year at this rate.
Just giving her butt.
Just giving her bud. So Andrade, here he is going to come over the line. Let's take a look at the cuts. Brennan, Cohenauer, Heagney, Young got by Heagney for 17th. Chris Channing was 19th, and 20th was Dale Mullins. Let's look forward. Any cuts ahead? No, it looks like everybody stayed the same. So it was LeClair to win the second race here today, but your overall victor on the day will be Adam Holm. And he is going to take the red plate with him into Matterley Basin next week, where we will join you once again with some great racing action from the hills of Great Britain. Oh, it'll be a great weekend of racing. Probably some muggy racing as well. Going to be a fun time, though, and we hope to see you guys then next week, next Monday, same time, same place. As well as, again, if you're watching this back or watching the live feed right now, Wednesday evening, same time, same place. We will be here streaming the Hangtown Classic first round of the Race Factor Gaming Outdoor Series. Alexis LeClair tries to defend his championship there. Adam Holm and a whole host of others want to nip at his heels and take it away from him here in 2019. We're going to find out what shakes down on Wednesday night. We hope to see you guys there. And yeah, we hope to see you guys next week as well in Matterley Basin. So for Kellen Brower and Nathan Zaworski here at Start Your Systems, we're saying so long for now, and we'll see you guys next week.
Well, I'm just waiting for a mate, as I said.